best countries to live, retire, and buy property in Europe. After all, it offers a relaxed lifestyle, lots of overseas communities, the Mediterranean climate, high quality of life, and incredible food and wine. In this video, we've listed the most prime areas to retire and buy property in all of Italy. Most of these areas are quite expensive, especially those myriad areas popular with tourists, like the lakes of Lombardy, Veneto, its world-famous cities, or the idyllic coastline of Amalfi, and the vast countryside of Tuscany. While on the flip side, we've also listed places from the southern side of the country, from regions such as Puglia, Calabria, and Sicily, which increasingly attract the attention of newcomers looking for competitive prices. On the downside, the country's political and economic instability might worry some investors, but most of the time, people who buy in Italy are not aiming for a quick return in the first place. However, this certainly doesn't mean all Italian properties don't generate returns or income, as most of these areas have experienced the highest year-on-year growth. Number 10. Lake Garda. Spread through 3 different regions, Lake Garda remains one of northern Italy's most popular areas and is the biggest lake in the country. It's an exciting destination for young nomads and adventure-seeking retirees who particularly enjoy outdoor activities and water sports. The distinctive landscape around the lake derives from its particular location at the foothills of the Southern Alps. Real estate market of villages and towns in and around Lake Garda provide lucrative property investment opportunities as it receives thousands of tourists every year. But similar to other lakeside retreats in Italy, properties overlooking the lake cost more than those located inland. But in spite of that, many affluent retirees buy lakeside homes here. All in all, it's a place for those who are interested in leading a more comfortable, quieter, less noisy, and a high-quality lifestyle. Number 9. The province of Reggio Calabria. This is the southernmost province in the whole of mainland Italy, forming the very tip of the toe of Italy's boot, and is separated by a very narrow channel of sea. The province has around 100 municipalities, offering a combination of sea and mountains. Its terrain is characterized by thick woods, centuries-old torrents, and overhanging coastal cliffs. Its namesake city is a major transport hub of the Mediterranean, which connects to Sicily and the rest of shore. Altogether, there's a big variety of properties available throughout this province. From prime real estate on the coastal parts to budget-oriented options further inland, it's one of the best southern Italy has to offer. Number 8. Sardinia, Italy. A designated blue zone, Sardinia is the second largest island in the Mediterranean, with a high rate of life expectancy. Aside from the life expectancy, it scores high in many other indexes like happiness, well-being, and safety. Each place on this island features a unique blend of lifestyle with a heavy dose of Italian traditions and culture. Home to beautiful beaches, mountains and forests, small villages and larger cities, delicious local food and wine, it has something for everyone. In addition, the cost of houses in Sardinia are also much lower compared to the rest of islands on the Mediterranean, with average listing price for a mid-sized house in its capital city of Cagliari equating to around $120,000. Number 7. Sorrento Peninsula. This is one of the most popular and prime destinations in Italy, with Naples to the north, Capri to the west, and the Amalfi Coast in the south. The beautiful peninsula of Sorrento is totally unmatched. Aside from its prominent areas, it includes a number of less famous towns that are home to fascinating and historic sites, lovely beaches, and a buoyant real estate market. However, keep in mind, buying property here comes with a hefty cost. After all, it's one of the most touristic areas in Italy. While it is still possible to snap up bargains in secluded areas, most of the houses might require extensive renovations. Many retirees who are looking for properties here purchase an older property for less to knock it down and rebuild it on its existing footprints. Number 6. Province of Rimini. The province of Rimini screeches from the microstate of San Marino all the way to the Adriatic Sea. It's a province that stands out for its quality of life and beautiful namesake capital city. Apart from the capital, it's home to vast plains giving way to rolling hills, high mountains, and rustic old towns. Real estate prices here aren't cheap, but they're not unreasonable either. Like anywhere, the primary city carries higher price tags, while smaller towns are more affordable. Its countryside is where one can get abundant farmhouses at very affordable prices, as they're cheaper compared to those in neighboring Tuscany. Number 5. Lake Maggiore. Stretching between 2 regions of Italy, Lake Maggiore is a favorite location for wealthy international buyers looking for a holiday home or a retirement retreat. The lake also extends into Switzerland, but more than 80% of the lake is in Italy and just under 20% in Switzerland. Its topography meanders from the soaring beauties of the Alps down to the hills and plains of the Lombardy region. Average prices for houses on Lake Maggiore are very expensive, with medium listing prices starting from $300,000 to $600,000. However, in spite of these high prices, the main buyers here are mostly foreigners, only 25% of domestic buyers, compared with 75% of international ones. Of this percentage, most are Germans, followed by Swiss, Brits, and a minuscule amount of North Americans. Number 4. The province of Firenze. Most commonly known as the province of Florence, this is the most ideal area in the Tuscany region of Italy. Its namesake city is rich in art, fine architecture, and is renowned worldwide, having been the birthplace of the Renaissance. The main city also displays an exceptional range of premium properties, from central apartments with stunning rooftop terraces to managed properties in countryside or villas in the surrounding hills and communes. All things considered, choosing to invest in a house or vacant land in this province proves to be a savvy decision for both investors and retirees alike. Number 3. The province of Lucca. Yet another province from the region of Tuscany, the province of Lucca is well known due to its wonderful old, historic towns and several seaside resorts. Its namesake city has become a fashionable destination for foreign homebuyers. Both in the historic center and in the hills, one will find prestigious homes for sale that once belonged to renowned noble families. Plus, there's no shortage of elegant city apartments, village houses, and rustic farmhouses here. While the most prime areas to buy are near the beach, where the median price for a mid-sized detached house can reach up to $500,000, most of its seaside communes are renowned for luxury tourism and are a perfect place for anyone who loves strolling around high-end boutiques, star Michelin restaurants, and exclusive beach clubs. Number 2. The province of Savona. Located on Italy's western coast, better known as the Italian Riviera, this province has its own unique charm with a rare combination of sea and mountains. It's enjoyed a reputation for being more exclusive, but less expensive than the neighboring French Riviera. Yet now the area is attracting super rich buyers from overseas. There's been extraordinary growth in its property market, both with Italian nationals and non-nationals buying holiday homes and permanent residences, particularly North Americans and Brits. Apart from the beachfront areas, property prices further inland are considerably cheaper, with secluded Liberty-style villas overlooking its hillside. Number 1. Lake Como. Arguably the most ideal place for retirement and buying property in Italy is Lake Como, located at just 40 minutes drive away from the city of Milan at the foot of the Alps, offering some of the most picturesque sceneries in the world. It's been popular with the rich and famous since Roman times, and many A-list celebrities like George Clooney, Madonna, and Sylvester Stallone own sumptuous villas on its shoreline.